I'm Greg Hudson, host of America's Best Restaurants, and it's time for this week's ABR Top 5. And today we're talking about the top 5 diners we visited across the USA. Kicking things off at number 5, it's LARRISONS Diner in Seymour, Indiana, where the Larrison family carries on a tradition that has endured for nearly 80 years. And here's my suggestion. Go for the train wreck and stay for the hospitality. No, it's not what you think. Hear me out. The train wreck is actually an open-faced sandwich with a breaded tenderloin, cheese, onion, and covered with a giant scoop of chili. And let me tell you, it is off the tracks. See what I did there?
Tell me, what do we have?
That is called a fin, and it was named after a customer, Mr. Finley.
Okay.
It is a sausage, egg, fried potatoes on a biscuit with gravy and cheese.
Wow. Okay. And then what else do we have?
We have a Big E Plus, and it's deluxe. Lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and bacon, cheese.
Nice.
This is called a train wreck.
Okay.
This is a breaded tenderloin on a bun, open-faced, with cheese, diced onion, and chili.
And at the number 4 spot, appropriately enough, is 4th and State in Columbus, Ohio. But it's not your typical diner. Chad, the owner, is serving up some traditional American fare, yes, but it's all made from plant-based ingredients. That's right, it's vegan. Now, even our carnivore host, Doug, went crazy for their vegan milkshake, which is made with vanilla soy ice cream. And he also loved their vegan pizza that could confuse even the most fervent of meat lover pizza aficionados.
What is 4th and State? 4th and State is a family-owned vegan diner in the heart of downtown Columbus. My second plant-based venture in the city, and this one features a lot more dine-in, breakfast items, pizza, burgers, a lot of nostalgic flavors that'll have you coming back for more.
Excellent. So what got you into this concept, this idea to create this diner?
So the original concept for the diner kind of stemmed from a restaurant my grandma owned in my hometown of Terre Haute, Indiana. She owned 6 or 7 restaurants throughout her life, and her flagship restaurant was the Toasty Shop, which was the original name for this facility. And really it was a place for people to come together, eat great breakfast food, and kind of jaw it up with my grandma Betty, who had quite a voracious personality.
Rounding out the top 3 on this episode of ABR's Top 5 is Lexington Diner in Lexington, Kentucky. Now here you're going to find an inviting neighborhood vibe, right? But it has an upscale diner feel, or as they like to say, real food, real people. And they're definitely keeping it real with their award-winning Kentucky Bourbon Burger. It is coming in hot with a bourbon bacon barbecue sauce, ghost pepper jack cheese, and topped with onion straws. And it's actually the burger that brought the 2015 Taste of the Bluegrass Award home to Wildcat Country.
This one right here, we've got the Kentucky Bourbon Burger. Now, the Kentucky Bourbon Burger, we're going to bring some heat on for you. We've got a ghost pepper jack cheese. Are you ready for the heat? I'm bringing it. All right, bacon, bourbon barbecue sauce, because you're in Kentucky, you know, we like to cook with booze around here. And then, of course, some house fried onion straws on top of that burger. This one is a classic. It's been with the diner since the beginning, and it's also an award winner. So,
taking the number 2 spot is Rick's White Light Diner in Frankfort, Kentucky. This place was built in 1943 and remains Frankfort's oldest restaurant. Now, if you're lucky enough to meet Rick, ask him for a story. He started cooking with his mom at age 7, and in 1968 started cooking in the Chief Petty Officer's Mess in the Navy before going to the Culinary Institute of America in 1973. Well, now he's sending out his own unique Cajun twist on diner dishes like the crawfish pie served with asparagus and house-made hollandaise, and he also has a fried oyster po' boy.
Here we have crawfish pie and deep-fried asparagus. If you've never had deep-fried asparagus, it's the only way to eat it as far as I'm concerned. And a woman that cooked for me came up with that. The crawfish pie is red bell peppers, onions, garlic, crawfish tails from Louisiana, and some spices and other flavorings. And this is a chipotle pepper sauce, and that's a hollandaise sauce to dip the asparagus in. You might try that.
Yeah.
And topping the list of diners visited by America's Best Restaurants is Gus's Diner in Verona, Wisconsin. From the moment you walk in the diner, you are transported back in time. The vintage signs, the 50s-style diner counter, cozy booths. Well, it all just sets the tone for that hand-spun milkshake that is headed right to your table right this moment. And it doesn't stop there. You're definitely going to want to try a handcrafted burger like the bacon and pepper jack burger. It gets served with onion straws on top on a buttery brioche bun. And I can tell you this, no visit would be complete without sharing a moment and a laugh with Gus himself, who is still there every single day, by the way, bright and early, personally making all of his soups from scratch.
Okay, so we're back now with some corned beef hash and some eggs. And now I know that you see a big
Stack of pancakes.
side of a mountain of pancakes there because Gus insisted we have pancakes.
Absolutely.
Because he's been told apparently.
that we have the best pancakes in Wisconsin.
Well, we will be
According
the
to
judge
him,
of that.
you'll test that out.
We will. Let's get into this though with the
Yes.
eggs and the corned beef hash. What's in this recipe?
So it's a simple meal, but again, it's assembled. It takes time to assemble it.
Okay.
We start with corned beef, like fresh corned beef. We'll cook that for about 3 hours, and then we cook that the day before. Put it in the fridge, let it sit. Okay. The next day we'll come back, shave off the fat. You gotta get rid of the fat, otherwise they won't stick together. Then we'll assemble it with fresh hash browns, with eggs, and some not too much seasoning. The corned beef itself is already a little salty.
Pretty seasoned, right?
So you
Yeah.
don't want it too overpowering.
Okay.
So we have the right measurements of hash browns to corned beef. So you want the consistency to stay the same, and really that's the key to the recipe.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the ABR Top 5. Stay tuned to our channel as we find hidden gems around the country, one bite at a time. I'm Greg Hudson. Thanks for watching.